Hey songwriters, welcome to week 2 of Songwriting Foundations. This week we're talking about something super important, and that is song analysis. So our goals for today is we want to understand the importance of analysis to songwriting and how it helps us out, and we want to make a template for how we're going to start learning to analyze songs. So right off the bat, let's talk, what is song analysis? Song analysis is studying a song. So we're going to read the lyrics, we're going to learn the chord progressions, and we're going to try to connect all of the musical decisions that the artist made while making the song. And this is really important for us as songwriters because we're going to take what other artists have done and we're going to learn from it. And we're going to be able to turn this into a template for how we should create our own songs when we get to that point. So why do we do that? I kind of talked about it a little bit, but this makes sense. If we want to learn how to be an author, well, we're going to study books. We're going to read a ton and think about how authors put the things together and why. Same if we want to make video games, we're going to study video games. If we want to learn how to be a baker, we're going to study cakes and pastries and baking, right? And so analysis is how we break down these works and make sense of how they came together. So when we're starting to analyze songs, these are some things to look for. So we're going to start with theme and story, and this is general mood of the song. This is what is happening in the song. Who are the characters? What changes from start to beginning, right? This is the kind of story elements. We're going to look at the structure, how the song is put together, and why it's put together the way it is. We're going to look at musical ideas and how these relate to the structure, the theme, and the story. So when we go into theme and story, here's a list of questions to get us started in the analysis process. Now, you can dive into this as deep as you want to go, but this is at least a good starting point. And if you want to go further, you can, absolutely. What is the mood of the song? This is a real general, is this a happy song? Is this a sad song? Is this a wanderlust song? Hopefully you kind of have a sense of this once you listen to the song 1 or 2 times. But it's always good to double check. Sometimes songs that sound happy are really sad, and that's a really cool kind of decision you can make as an artist. Who are the characters? So there's a lot of obvious characters if the song is talking about a story where people are doing different things. But one that's easy to forget is that the speaker, the singer, is a character, and you want to consider what they're doing. If all artists don't just write as themselves, you can write as a character, you can write as a kind of exaggerated version of yourself. So it's important to think about the singer as a character. Where are they? What's the setting? Where's the action happening? Is it changing through the song, right? Are they moving from place to place? This is important, especially if a song is pretty abstract. If it has a nice setting, you can get some good, clear images of the song and the characters interacting in some different, maybe less visual ways. What are they doing? What's going on? What's the action, right? And what changes over the course of the song? Does a character have a realization? Do they solve a problem? Or do they not, right? Is this a song that's just the same? Is it something about, a lot of songs are about boredom or feeling stuck. So it would make sense that nothing happens from the start to the finish. All right, going into structure. So the structure of the song talks about how is it organized. And most songs are put together with a bunch of kind of repeating pieces. So we're going to talk a little bit of vocabulary right now. So first up is the verse. Most cases, this is the same music that comes back, but with new lyrics. In most songs, this is where the story of the song is happening. Chorus. This is the same music and the same lyrics. Now, not always. Sometimes the lyrics change a little bit. But this is the part of the song that is the catchiest, that you're hoping that the audience could remember and sing after hearing the song just maybe a few times. And then we have the bridge. So this is something new. Maybe it only happens once or twice. It breaks up the song. Sometimes this can be something important, some sort of shift in the song. But the thing that's kind of characteristic of a bridge is that it doesn't happen as much as the other sections. We're going to think about what role each section plays. So is the verse the story, and each verse is supposed to be maybe a day of action or a little bit of a scene? The chorus, is this how a character is responding to the action, the scenario? So whatever that may be, we want to understand why are these different sections and what different functions do they play. As we go into musical ideas, now this one can be really deep. There's a lot of music ideas happening, so I want to encourage you to start with just the things that catch your attention. If something happens and you're like, that's really cool, we'll make note of it and we'll try to make sense of it. So in each section, though, you can start and think, well, what is the chord progression? Thinking back to last week, hopefully we have a little bit of understanding about chord progressions, and analyzing chord progressions can be a great way to think about how are other musicians writing their progressions and why. We also want to think in each section what instruments are being used, and if instruments are changing. Do they bring in more instruments for the chorus, or do they get rid of them entirely for the bridge? Some of those decisions can be really, really cool. And how does the music match the themes of the song? Do we have a sad chord progression going with sad lyrics? Most of the times, yeah. But sometimes you can make the decision to say, I'm going to have a song that sounds really happy, but the lyrics are actually really sad. That can be a really fun decision to make and really impactful to the end song. And again, you just want to mark unusual things, surprising things, things that catch your interest. Those are great things to make notes of, and then go and see if you can figure out, well, why is this unusual? Why is this interesting to me? And I want to end here that analyzing songs is a skill that you'll improve at the more you do. So if this is your first time analyzing songs, don't worry about digging into every single detail, right? Mark what stands out to you the most. Think about what is most important to you. And because we're looking at this as part of the songwriting process, think about, if I was writing this song, what would I be happy that I had done? What would I maybe change? And it's okay to make this, kind of scale this to what you think is most important, okay? So in the next video, I'm going to take us through this entire process. We're going to go through this worksheet that I have, and I'm going to break down everything, and we're going to fill it out and do a full analysis. So thanks for sticking through the lecture, and I will see you in the next video.